That's good. 1010, welcome back. Brooke and Kayla in the studio, Madison County Employment and Training. And you guys were at the Centerstone Resource Fair, and we didn't get a chance to connect then, but now we get a chance to. And just the couple of really seconds I got to talk to you, you're busy.
Very,
How was your Thursday morning starting? Pretty good?
Good.
Well, fill me in on Madison County Employment and Training. You know, give us that overview, if you could, of what you guys are all about and what you offer.
Okay, perfect. You want me to start or you want to start?
I can start, sure.
Go for it.
So I'm Brooke Andrews. I'm with Madison County Employment and Training, like we talked about, and I'm the business service representative.
And I'm Kayla Brroke, the work-based learning coordinator, which really is just fancy for overseeing the business service side of things that we do in the office.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now let's just start with you, Kayla. Take me through your day-to-day.
No day is the same. So I oversee things like on-the-job training, incumbent worker training. Brooke and I both kind of tackle a lot of things that we do together. Setting up, meetings with businesses, just trying to get the word out about our services, the funding opportunities that we do have. We're a federally funded Department of Labor grant. So basically what that means is we have funding opportunities out there for both individuals and the businesses. So Brooke and I both are kind of like the faces out there trying to spread the word on what we can do for, both.
Definitely.
Well, and I think that's so important because so many times, and I'm sure you guys get frustrated because you're on Facebook and they're like, there's just no help out there, for this, or there's no program. And you guys do have so many programs that are available.
Yeah.
What are some of the most popular programs when it comes to, let's just talk the small business side of things?
Okay. All right. So I think you want to take
Sure.
this? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the main one that I work on mostly, and Kayla oversees our department, is on-the-job training.
Makes sense.
So that's a subsidy we can reimburse back to the employer 50% of a new hire's wages.
Wow.
The new hire has to be 32 plus hours a week, and there's obviously documentation we'll need prior to them starting. But so that's a pretty good program that we have going for the incentive for the employer to hire somebody new while also getting that reimbursement back.
That's really important.
Obviously, our grant is WIOA, Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, so you have to be eligible for these services. So we do work with the employers directly, just to kind of cover like what that looks like. We jump in and try to make the process as easy as possible for them. We're government, so it means paperwork, and so we
love
try
paper.
not to,
We love paper.
to make it so intimidating for them.
Can you fill out the forms like in your sleep now at this point in
Oh,
time?
yes. I have the process. Print out this, fill in this. Yeah.
Well, and Brooke, I'm sure you're working with and just like you, Kayla, a variety of different individuals on a day-to-day basis. And what does your typical day-to-day look like? Kind of the same thing where you just never know what's coming across the desk?
Yeah, so I do actually want to talk about first, I put out job postings for all employers. So
Really
that's,
cool.
Larger businesses, smaller businesses, any events that are happening in the area, I'll do that as well. Our Facebook page is growing. We have almost 10,000 followers.
Look
we're
at
getting
you
there.
guys
I
go.
know, we're getting there, which is really exciting. So everybody follow our Facebook page, Madison County Employment and Training. But it's a good way to get the word out, and it's universal service. So it's I don't want to use the word free, but it's at no charge for the employer. So it's a good way for the employer to get the word out about hirings that they have, opportunities they have. And so people on Facebook, general job seekers, other employers can see the services we offer, but also who's hiring as well.
Yep.
Well, and it seems like there are quite a few opportunities out there for so many folks. Well, and now youth services, I saw, it's 16 to 24. What does this kind of entail? Because this is where I find it really fascinating, because you could really help a young person really on the best step forward as they start their life.
Yeah, so youth services can look like a lot of different things. So, a lot of different things that we do in the youth world, we'll talk paid work experience. So that is a program, again, where you work with the employer. They're providing a job site. The participant does either come from an in-school or out-of-school, level, depending on, how they're engaged with that career specialist. But basically, it is the employer provides the job site. We are the funding source. So they are a part-time Madison County employee. We're paying the wages and the things that come with that. And the employer is basically allowing them to come in, gain that real-world job experience, and they get paid for it at the same time.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How can we learn more about those programs or the different employers that are a part of it?
You can definitely, whether you go to our, we usually encourage businesses to reach out to Brooke or I directly, or even our bosses, Tony and Darlene. Most people know both of them too.
Yep.
So it's just getting in touch with us, whether that be through email or a lot of people walk in. We have a resource room in Wood River where we have a job board. We have you can come in, use computers, build a resume, do all the
That's super cool.
job
Yeah,
related
I like
things.
that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and now I also like the fact that you guys are all about career services and skills and training, and some of these programs are really, really cool. Take me through, what is WIOA? Because that was almost hard for me to just pronounce the acronym.
We abbreviate a lot of things. So
we do.
Rightfully so.
Right. We call it WIOA, so it's Workforce Innovation Opportunity
That's okay.
Act.
We're talking about that. Okay.
Yep.
And so, what am I reading here? Where you can receive up to 2 years of paid tuition, up to $20,000. That's incredible.
Yeah.
How do we qualify for this, and what do we need to do?
Okay.
So that would be eligibility under WIOA.
Okay.
So that would be calling our office, talking to a career specialist about what training opportunity you are interested in. Obviously, it has to be on the demand list. So Department of Labor obviously has deemed that it's an in-demand position. And if somebody's wanting to go back to school, we can pay for tuition up to 2 years.
Yeah.
And then $20,000 in tuition and $13,000 in books and fees.
That's incredible.
It's incredible.
What
It
an
is.
opportunity.
For most 2-year programs, or even we work with both community colleges and private entities, it pretty much pays for the entirety of a lot of programs.
I was already saying,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
And honestly, how many people really are like, man, maybe I'm kind of stuck and need to find something new.
Absolutely.
You can make that change and do it
Yeah.
with this program.
We even work with SIUE.
Wow.
So for someone there, we do have a lot of programs that are, covered through WIOA that way. The participant has to be at that 60 plus credit hours. So essentially it picks up the last 2 years of their program.
That's awesome. And now, take me through this Workforce Innovation Board, just because I was just doing a little bit of research the last couple of days. What is this all about? Because this takes in multiple counties, correct?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a Department of Labor fund, right? So it comes from Department of Labor to the states. State divvies it out through the counties. So we serve Madison, Bond, Jersey, and Calhoun. That's like our region that we serve.
That's incredible. Well, and now, how many times does that board meet? Is it a quite frequent connection and collaboration between those?
I think
Oh,
Tony,
yeah.
Tony Furman usually, he's on the Workforce Innovation Board, and I believe that they meet monthly, I would think.
Yeah, I'm not 100%
Yeah.
sure. So basically how WIOA is structured is, so like our department, yes, we are overseen by a board.
Gotcha.
So anything that, we're doing, funding that we're spending, is overseen by a board. We do meet with them, monthly, quarterly, kind of like as needed. So you've got your, executive board, and then you've got your big board. So basically any decisions we're making or changes we're making are overseen.
Well, it's just really, the entire gauntlet's so important, and it, from being able to build your resume in a center to be able to have on-the-job training and all these different, even learning opportunities. How long have you both been with the department?
I just had my 2 years in July.
Did you?
Yes,
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah. 5 years in October for me.
What have you guys learned along the way, just in your position, and just about some of the different industries and opportunities that you see in Madison County you'd like to share?
I will start with saying Kayla's the best supervisor,
Oh,
and
my
we
goodness.
do work very well
Kayla,
together.
you're a good supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Supervisor
She's
and
a great
friend, I
employee.
should say.
There you go.
No, and I think that makes the everyday a lot easier when you have somebody you love to work with. I think opportunities-wise, we've learned that not every employer wants the same thing.
True.
I think it's very important to not only change like the way we speak to employers or how we go about things, but just to make sure that we're meeting their needs in that time.
Well,
So
it seems like everything just moves so fast too, and everything changes on a dime, so you have to adapt with them. And Kayla,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? The 5 years you've been there, and opportunities you'd
my
like
gosh.
to share?
Yeah, a lot. I started as a career specialist when I came in. I came in actually under a different grant, moved into a full-time career specialist role, and in about 2.5 years moved into the role I'm in now. So, I've definitely, went from seeing like how we impact individuals to how we're impacting businesses. And like, the need is all the same. At the end of the day, the goal is keeping people in the workforce. So like, keeping them in the workforce, upskilling them in the workforce. So it is really cool. And obviously Brooke and I are both pretty passionate about what we do because you're helping people, and that's so important.
Yeah, well, you actually, you really are. You're having an immediate impact, and I'm sure there's times when folks call and they're, kind of throwing their hands up going, I don't know where to start or where to turn. And
Yes.
if someone's out there right now, what do you advise them to do first? If they're like, I'm on the Indeeds of the world, which I think is just, it's a great website if you need it, but man, it's just, I don't know. I'm not really a fan.
Right.
I don't have to look for a job right now, but, the point is you have these things that are just kind
Yeah.
of not tailor-made for that person, or maybe don't have the typical, tailor-made package for the county and for the area, the region, really. And so to go through you guys seems like a great first step. Is it a phone call? Is it going online to see some of the programs? What do you recommend for somebody that's kind of like, where do I start?
I would say just call our office. You can find our information on the Madison County website. And like I said, too, Madison County Employment and Training on Facebook. Our information's on there. And just call and see what opportunities kind of work for them.
Or walk in.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of individuals that just walk in and they're like, hey, I saw you online, or a friend told me to come in, and we just kind of navigate from there. Because there's resource room staff, there's career specialists, there's a career navigator in the office. So depending on what you're coming in as a need, sometimes businesses walk in, they're like, hey, we met you at an event, we wanted to drop off some flyers for you. I mean, things like that happen all the time. So the door's open. We're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. So people can just walk in as needed.
Well, and I'll also, before we take a quick break, we'll come back and learn more about Madison County Employment and Training. There's also this job search workshop video series that's really cool that I wanted to direct people to on the website, where you can learn all about resume and applications, the cover letters. Those are really important things. And now, are those available on a YouTube channel too?
I think that at one point they were. That's a Tony Stevens question, but I think
one of our supervisors,
We'll ask Tony later.
Yeah.
10:21. We'll take a quick break. I got to pay a quick bill, and we'll come back and learn more about Madison County Employment and Training right after this one.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent...
Don't you think you want someone to talk to?
Welcome back. 7:24, a little bit of change. Brooke and Kayla back in the studio. We have guests. We played that spot already today. You know, Barry Macias is the best. Go see him. I wanted to kind of follow right back into this conversation. And where did you guys want to pick back up on? Because I want to talk about the programs. And I mean, you guys are at a point now where you have money to help these businesses and individuals. And we're going to wrap up with that one. But what else did you want to focus on as we come back?
I think the other thing we should definitely hit on is the dislocated worker realm of things. So one of the ways people can be eligible for our programs, we look at different things, income-based, if they're getting certain benefits, but also dislocated worker umbrella, because that is for folks who are
recently laid off, who are collecting unemployment benefits, who have collected unemployment benefits. Yep. And then we cover that through our screening process. So if somebody's coming in for on-the-job training services, we can go through that process as well. So
and now who is there a qualifying factor if you've been unemployed for X amount of years, or is there a cutoff for this ever?
So we do a look back period. So yes, if somebody is getting unemployment benefits, or if they're eligible, or if they've exhausted those benefits, those are definitely ways. Or if they went through a recent layoff, or maybe a plant closure, a shutdown somewhere. We know we're seeing a lot of things like that happening throughout our region. So that is definitely all people can be eligible through for both on the job training and for just the if they're thinking about a new career. If they want a career change, or maybe they're like, well, I tried this job for, a ton of years and now I want to do something new. That's where that tuition and books costs can come in.
Yes.
Does a break period, let's say, someone got, fired, or they got laid off a year ago, 2 years ago, and maybe it's just things happen, life happens, they didn't get back up until now. Does that 2-year gap, does a 5-year gap, does any of that matter when we come into qualifying?
Some of it does, so typically with the state, you can do an 18-month look back to see where their eligibility was. But even if they were long-term unemployed, they can potentially qualify that way too. So
interesting.
It's more just a conversation with the individual to kind of look at their individual situation.
And now that's important for the reader and listener to know too when they watch an hour later that sometimes it's best just to pick up the phone, because you might read things on the internet, or you might get an AI overview of something. You Google now, and it might not be all the way accurate for your specific case.
That's true.
Definitely.
So interesting.
Definitely.
Well, and now the bigger point of this is I'm just blown away with the fact of these programs. I mean, you have money to literally give away to people that are willing and able to work.
Please take it.
I mean,
we're telling people, please take it.
This is
we want
incredible.
them to.
So let's go into this. So take me through this. Is it just dependent on the program you're in? You're going to receive that much money towards it, or what's that breakdown look like, and what do the terms kind of look like too?
So the breakdown is really by semester mostly, but it's an overview of the program. So somebody comes in, if they, let's say nursing school, they've been accepted in as a nurse. Okay, so it's once you're accepted into your program, you've got to bring in documentation, proof of those things. Again, we're government, we collect paperwork. But we're going to follow you through each semester. So you have a cap, obviously, at that $20,000 and that $13,000. But we're going to kind of follow you through your program and then do a year of follow-up with you. So obviously, this is a career program. It's, yes, you're not just going to get, the $20,000 handed over. It's a program. So we're doing it, breakdown by semester, collecting a bill from whatever school you're attending and kind of going through the process.
Wow. And now training, is it all local community colleges with this?
So it is, we do SWIC and Lewis and Clark, and we're doing, like I said, SAU in the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got the private entities like Calc and Applied Tech, Beck.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I probably forgot
multiple
a few,
schools in the area.
Yeah, lots of schools in the area.
And now, what I also find really cool about this is now if you qualify for a Pell Grant, and now you can still be eligible potentially for these grant funds. Now, if you receive the Pell Grant, are you still eligible too?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you can
definitely.
qualify but can't take type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, our with our grant funding, and each LWIA does it different. And so I say LWIA because that's how we're known throughout the state. So each region can do different things with their funding. So depending on where you're at is, kind of how it all breaks down. But for us, yes, we are looking, at paying those WIA costs first, and then your Pell would kick in, and then potentially you might have some remaining funds that you see out of that Pell Grant.
This is really cool. And really, guys, go to the website, MadisonCountyIL.gov, and go to the Employment and Training tab. Or you guys keep your Facebooks up. 10,000 followers. You guys are right.
Yeah.
Who's in charge?
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Who's in charge of that?
I am.
That's all
Look at you.
It's my baby. It's my baby. That's what I spend most of my days on, and I really want to, harp on the fact that it's a universal service, so at no charge. So any businesses that want to post out, please contact me and let me know. It's good to get the word out. I mean, everybody's hiring, it seems like right now, and so I'd love to help spread the word.
Well, and it seems like, too, there's so many people that are always looking for an opportunity out there, and maybe what they're seeing just isn't for them because, it, maybe as a local restaurant or you name it, go to your guys' website and go to that job board.
Yeah.
And now, what's it located on under the website? Where's the bulletin board for all the job?
So the job board is actually in the resource room.
Oh,
so that's
really
for customers who would like to come in and job search. You can use our computers, copiers, printers. Like we said, it's universal, so at no charge. And it's right when you walk in the resource room, you'll see it on the right-hand side. Huge board, and it's updated weekly.
And then where are you guys? Are you guys at the county offices?
We're actually in Wood River.
Oh,
yeah. So,
so your whole office is in Wood River.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I didn't realize
very
that.
close.
I thought you were up in Edwardsville.
no, we are
Wow.
actually in the old Wood River Hospital.
Makes sense. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So we are there with the morgue and the health department and
all the fun things.
all the fun things.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, that's great to note, and that's really we'll link that too to make sure people are aware of it to just stop in and really utilize that. And now, are you open normal office hours?
We are, yes. Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. We are open.
Perfect. Is there anything else we need to talk about right now?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like we're doing pretty well.
Yeah,
here.
I think so too.
I think technically our hours. I think technically we are open at 8 a.m. Somebody is in the door at 8. So if somebody
Yes.
wants to come that early, they can too.
Yeah, definitely.
And now, is there anything that you've been seeing when it comes to opportunities out there? What industry are you guys seeing a lot of influx in before I let you go?
Manufacturing.
Really?
Huge.
Wow.
We work with a lot of manufacturing industries, and we see that's booming. I mean, the trades right now are booming.
Yes.
And we cover that for tuition as well. So if people are interested in going into the trades, that's a huge step to take,
This was a great interview. I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
thanks
Sorry
for
we
having
waited
us.
so long to do
No.
it. Well, you guys are seriously both welcome back anytime to fill
Perfect.
us in on
Yeah.
more grants and programs and all that great stuff. We're going to link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com, 1031, little bit of change. We're going to come back and talk all things St. Louis Area Comic-Con right after this. Roku TV and RiverBender.